Hello, and welcome to my Fire Emblem 9 Path of Radiance 100% gross low turn count playthrough. I'm your host Typhoon Carter, and today I bring to you Chapter 22. Now, Chapter 22, it's a fairly interesting chapter. It's another kill boss map, but it comes with a very interesting gimmick. This gimmick is that there's going to be like a bunch of priests and whatnot, but before we do that, we got a little bit of preparations to do. We gotta make another hand axe forge, and this time we're going to make a hand axe forge that we're calling it V's Hands. Shoutouts to the Fire Emblem OVA, where Navarre's just like, look at these hands. But anyways, that aside, there's a lot of bonus XP that we can get from this chapter, and the bonus XP objective is revolved around said priests, and the amount you get depends on how many priests you spare, because in this chapter there's like a ton of priests that's essentially being held hostage and are used as meat shields by the enemy. And the other thing we're doing here is we're giving Soren an arm scroll. This is because we need him to hit a C rank fire in order to use siege tomes. So we're going to give him one of the arm scrolls, and to use this we have to equip fire in order to apply it properly to the rank that we want to increase in this instance. So that's why we had the fire on Soren. But anyways, this map is fairly small enough where we can actually kind of just cheese the map with siege tomes and not have to worry about shoving priests around or like just maneuvering our way past them for the most part. Although there is a ton of treasure, so this is why players might be dissuaded from, you know, clearing the map right away in one turn. And everyone else here, we're kind of just deploying just for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter. The only unit here that actually matters is Soren, and Soren is able to reach. One thing to note is that one of the enemies actually drops a bolting tome, and normally what you could do is you could kind of do like a little bit of a Kanto trick with Marcia, like have Marcia take out the enemy that holds the bolting and would drop it, and then Soren would basically get it. But our Soren is more than strong enough and is close enough to C rank Thunder that we can naturally grind it out and not have to do any of that weird shenanigans for the most part. But basically our rewards also vary depending on how many priests survive. Now if every single priest survives in this chapter, we basically get the Ashura staff, which is a very nice staff, and it's an S rank staff, but we won't be able to use it until like very late into the game. And as I said before, we want to avoid killing any of the priests, as I mentioned earlier, because they are not the type to touch altar boys in weird places, but that's besides the point. And Miss is here so that she can gain a little bit more EXP before we eventually have to bonus XP her all the way to promotion, because the rate she's gaining EXP, she won't be able to do it naturally. So, you know, might as well get a little bit of mileage. And Ike here, we're also just giving him a little bit of EXP as well, just so that I can get a little bit more EXP and have higher benchmarks for later on in the game, as we are going to need him to reach certain benchmarks and ideally maximize what we have. Anyways, so we actually shove one of the bishops blocking the way. This is so that we can get the bolting tome, because it still matters, and Marcia was deployed just so she can help grab that. And the good news is that the boss Schaefer, he basically isn't so far back that we have to do any weird shove chains, so we can kind of just do this liberally and have Soren casually walk in range as the meteor tome, or really any siege tome for the most part, will do more than enough to cover the grounds that we need to cover. And everyone else here was basically self-improving. Now here, you'll notice that this is an insanely easy boss kill, as Soren naturally doubles Schaefer and does more than overkill in order to clear this map in one turn. So with all that said, That is chapter 22 cleared in 1 turn, and we're going to get lots of bonus EXP out of this, and we also get a killer bow. And yep, there's the Assura staff. I'll see you guys next time for Pitfalls. Bye bye.